friends, this video on work, energy and power part 15 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos from part 1 to part 14 before going ahead with part 15. A body of mass 20 kg is moving with a constant velocity of 100 meter per second at a height 200 meter above the ground. Calculate its total energy. So what are the values that are given here? Mass of the object is equal to 20 kg. Velocity of the object is 100 meter per second. And the height at which the object is moving is 200 meter. The question asks us to calculate the total energy. So total energy will be equal to the potential energy plus kinetic energy. What will be the potential energy? Potential energy is mgh and kinetic energy is half mv square. Now since the body is at a height of 200 meter above the ground, so it will possess some potential energy because of its position. So this will be m into g into h plus, since the body is also moving with some velocity, so by virtue of its motion it will have some kinetic energy. So this is m is 20, v is 100, so v into v. So this we get as 39200 plus 10000. So this comes out to be 139200 joules. So this is the total energy of this body. Very simple, right? Now let us go ahead and look at the next problem. The next problem says a body of mass 100 kg at rest at a height 100 meter above the ground falls through a height of 60 meter. That means the body of mass 100 kg is at rest at a height of 100 meter. That means at this height the body is at rest. Now the body starts falling from here through a height of 60 meter. Initially, that means the initial position of the body is this. This is the initial position, say P. What is the second position? Second position is when the body falls down through a height of 60 meters. That means it has covered 60 meters and it is at point Q. So this point Q is the second position, right? So point P is the first position and point Q is the second position, where this distance is equal to 60 meters. So we have to calculate the total energy, potential and kinetic energy at first and second position. That means we have to calculate the kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy at point P, and kinetic, potential and total energy at point Q. So let us calculate at point P. That is the first position. First we will calculate everything at first position. So at point P, what will be the potential energy? Potential energy will be mgh. So what is m? M is 100 kg, g is 9.8, and what is height? For point P position, it will be 100 meters. So this is 100. So this will be 9.8 into 10 to the power 4 joules. So this is the potential energy. Now what would be the kinetic energy at this position at point P? The question says that this body is at rest at a height of 100 meter above the ground. That means at position P, the body is at rest. Therefore, velocity is equal to 0. So, kinetic energy will be equal to 0. So, the total energy at the first position will be equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. So, the potential energy is equal to 9.8 into 10 to the power 4 plus kinetic energy is 0. So, the total energy will be 9.8 into 10 to the power 4 joules. Now let us look at the second position. Now we will talk of the second position, that is at Q. Point Q is the second position. Now in this case, what will be the potential energy? So in this case, potential energy will be equal to, again, potential energy is mgh. What will be the height in this case? This is the height. So what will be this height here? This will be 100 minus 60, because this total is 100 and it has already travelled through 60. So this height will be equal to 40 meters. Therefore, here it will be m into G into H is 40. So this will be equal to 39200 joules. So this will be the potential energy at point Q. Now let us calculate the kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy at this point will be equal to half mv square. Now what is v? V would be the velocity at point Q. So how will we calculate the velocity at point Q? We will use kinematic equation. So let us calculate velocity at point Q. Now in order to calculate velocity at point Q, we will use kinematic third equation, which is v square is equal to u square plus 2as, right? So in this case, we want to calculate v square. What is u? U will be 0 because initially the object was at rest. So this is 0. This is 2. What is a? A will be nothing but g. And what is s? S is the distance it traveled. It traveled a distance of 60 meters to travel from P to Q. So this will be 60. So this will be 2 into 9.8 into 60. Right? Now we will use this value of v square in kinetic energy. Therefore, we will say that kinetic energy is equal to half into m into v square. So instead of v square, we will write 2 into 9.8 into 60. So this 2 and 2 will cancel. So we will also put the value of m, which is 100 into 9.8 into 60. So this will come out to be 58800 joules. So this will be the value of kinetic energy at point Q. Therefore, the total energy at point Q will be equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. So the potential energy was 39200 plus the kinetic energy was 58800. So this is equal to 9.8 into 10 to the power 4 joules. So we calculated the total energy at point Q. Did you observe one interesting thing? The total energy at point P is exactly equal to the total energy at point Q, which proves the conservation of energy. That is, the total energy remains conserved at every point, right? A body of mass 200 kg is projected vertically upwards with a velocity of 300 meters per second. Assuming that all its kinetic energy is converted into potential energy, calculate the maximum height reached by it. That means we are throwing an object of mass 200 kg vertically upwards. Let us suppose this is the object of mass m. It is thrown vertically upwards with a velocity of 300 meters per second. We assume that all the kinetic energy is converted into potential energy. So till what maximum height will it reach? Let us suppose it reaches this point. So we have to calculate the maximum height to which this object will reach. Now when the object is just projected, right, initially, what was the kinetic energy of the object? Kinetic energy was half mv square. So let us calculate that. It would be half into m is 200, v is 300. So 300 into 300. So this is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 6 joules. So this was the kinetic energy of the object when it was projected upwards. The question says that the potential energy at maximum height, let us suppose this is position Q and this was position P. Now according to the question, the potential energy at Q is equal to the kinetic energy at P, right? So we have calculated the kinetic energy at P as 9 into 10 to the power 6 joules. That means this is the potential energy at Q. So we have found the potential energy at this point. Now the question asks, now we know that the potential energy at Q will be given by m into g into h, that is the height of Q, height of the point Q. So this will be equal to 9 into 10 to the power 6. Or we can say that h is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 6 divided by m into g. G is 9.8. So this will be equal to 4.6 into 10 to the power 3 meters. That means this object will go to a maximum height of 4.6 into 10 to the power 3 meters. Right, so in this case, what did we do? We calculated the kinetic energy when the object was projected. The question told that the total kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy. That means the potential energy after it reaches this maximum height will be equal to the total kinetic energy when it was projected. Right, so this potential energy is also equal to mgh. So we can calculate the value of h. To simulate car accidents, auto manufacturers study the collisions of moving cars with mounted springs of different spring constants. Consider a typical simulation with a car of mass 1000 kg moving with a speed 18 km per hour on a smooth road and colliding with a horizontally mounted spring of spring constant 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. What is the maximum compression of the spring? That means the question says that there is a car of mass, say m, it moves with some velocity v and then it collides with a horizontally mounted spring of spring constant this much. So there it hits with a spring which has a spring constant of this much value. So what is the maximum compression of the spring? So it is very obvious that when the car hits that spring, the spring will get compressed. So we have to find the compression of the spring. That means we will have to calculate the value of x. So what are the values that are given here? Mass of the car is given as 1000 kg. Car is moving with velocity v is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. When we convert it into meter per second, we get 5 meter per second. And the spring constant of the spring is 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. Now, what will happen for compression? When the spring gets compressed, what happens is that the kinetic energy of the car, this car is moving, so it will have kinetic energy. When it hits the spring gets compressed. So this kinetic energy of the car gets converted into the potential energy of the spring. The spring gets compressed, so potential energy gets stored in the spring due to its configuration. So for compression, the kinetic energy of car gets converted to the potential energy of the spring. Now, what we can say, kinetic energy of car will be half mv square, and what will be the potential energy of the spring? This will be half kx square. So this half will be cancelled. So we can say that x square is equal to mv square divided by k. Now m is equal to 1000. V square will be 5 into 5 divided by 6.25 into 10 to the power 3. So this and this will get cancelled. Now this we can cancel and we can write it as 100. Now 5. So we get this value as 4. So we got x square is equal to 4. Therefore x will be equal to 2 meters. That means this would be the maximum compression of the spring. Clear? I hope it is clear to you. What happens here is when the car collides with the spring, the car is moving, so it has kinetic energy. So we find that what happens is the entire kinetic energy of this car gets converted into the potential energy of the spring. So there is a change in the configuration of the spring and the energy is stored as potential energy. So what we did, we calculated, we equated the kinetic energy of the car with the potential energy of the spring. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.